Former military officers have taken up arms and have begun patrolling our side of the border. They call themselves Arizona Border Recon. Strapped with heavy artillery, they intimidate smugglers and keep them south of the border.
Yet, elements of the mainstream media call these people vigilantes. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. Any channel, content, what I do here, you can support me with the link. Everything's appreciated. Once again, for my Connecticut residents, if you plan on getting your Connecticut pistol permit, please get that training done before July 2024, because after that, it gets longer, harder, and more expensive for you to do so, just to disincentivize you from going out and getting your permit in order to purchase a firearm. If you have your permit, watch the expiration date. Don't let it expire. There is a link to the online renewal for pistol permits in the state right in the description box. Pay attention to that. Let's talk about this. This is a fascinating story that I came across. This is a gentleman that Jesse Waters interviewed, and his name is Tim Foley. He has been around for a while. This is nothing new for him. But looking at the untenable situation at the southern border and how millions of people have crossed under Biden's direction, I applaud Mr. Foley and his crew for doing what they do. So what they do is they arm themselves and they patrol the border to basically disenfranchise people from crossing over. Now, you saw a little bit of video. I want to play the rest of it for you. We'll come back.
And the leader of that group, Tim Foley, joins us now. Tim, describe your daily operations on the border.
Well, what we do, and thanks for having me, Jesse. Where we operate in is an area that is known for gotaways. And that's a term that the government uses for, they've picked them up either on camera or ground sensors, but there's not enough agents left because they're dealing with all the other ones coming in. So we go into the areas where the gotaways are. Gotaways don't want to be caught by Border Patrol because they've been deported multiple times for either crimes in this country or crimes in their countries. So those are the bad hombres, and that's, yes, sir, that's the real deal. So you go there, you look like you're brandishing weapons. What kind of weapons are those? Well, we're carrying what I guess the left would call them assault weapons, but we classify them as self-defense weapons. Okay. And what happens when you guys confront these gotaways? Do they listen to you? Do they run away? What? Most of the time when we drop in on them, it's called grenading. They'll head off in different directions and they drop their packs and they will either head back for the border or we start pushing them back basically by moving further and further south to get them to go back through the holes in the fence. All right, so you're like the offensive line, the fullback kind of just moving the defensive line off the line of scrimmage. When you find their packs that they've left, what do you ever find in the packs? It all depends because like when I first started 14 years ago, the cost was only $2,000 a head for Mexicans to come across. Now that cost is up to $8,000 plus a head to come across, and the further away you are, I mean, if you're coming from Africa, China, or you're over $20,000 to come across. Wow. So there's a lot of money being made, and so we'll check the packs because the price has gone up so much. Everybody now that comes across in our area that's dressed in camouflage is suspect of being a dope mule. Because if you can't pay the price, then they hand you a kilo of meth or a kilo of fentanyl to carry across to pay for your way. Wow. Well, thank you for doing
what Joe Biden won't do, which is actually repel illegal aliens. Many of them appear to be criminal, from what you're telling me, back below our southern border.
Yeah.
Really, thank you so much, and good luck out there. Please stay safe, okay?
Yeah. Here's the number on gotaways since Biden's been in.
Yep.
1.8 million gotaways.
And those guys aren't really looking for work. They're looking for illegal work.
No.
That's what that's about.
Yeah.
All right. Again,
Yes,
thank you
sir.
so much. Please stay safe and good luck.
Heard that and you saw that. There is nothing wrong with what he is doing. There's a right to defense of border, as Mr. Abbott is saying as he goes back and forth in his little tirade with Biden, as Biden is literally trying to prevent him from actually defending his border. He is allowing these people to come across. So I applaud these people who do this. I hope they get more people who are definitely more active and more vigilant. And they arm themselves and go to the border and distract these coyotes from bringing these people over. I have nothing against immigration. I have a problem with illegal immigration, and I always have had a problem with illegal immigration. But I want to come to this line here. And this is why I feel that this is important, that we need to be vigilant with this. This is actual facts here. Okay. I'm going to come right to here. Fiscal year 2023, 169 individuals whose names appear on the terrorist watch list were stopped trying to cross the U.S.-Mexico border between ports of entry. 18 were apprehended in September alone. So far, 2023, CBP has arrested 35,433 aliens with criminal convictions or outstanding warrants nationwide, including 598 known gang members, 178 of those being MS-13 members. And then, of course, you got the drug problem that is increased with it, because as you heard the gentleman say in his statement, if you don't have the money to pay, they hand you a pack of drugs and you bring that across as payment to the cartels to get you across the border. Now, one thing, of course, you have to worry about is how the Biden administration will react to private citizens armed with firearms, armed with AR-15s and other so-called assault weapons, patrolling the border. If he won't allow Governor Abbott to prevent these people from coming across, do you think he's going to allow private citizens armed from doing it also? I suspect that at some point there may be a standoff between these armed patrols and Biden's Department of Justice. We're gonna have to wait and see, but I give these guys credit for doing what Biden administration won't do. We have known violent people who have crossed the border. They say 1.7 million people crossed without being apprehended. We don't know who those 1.7 million are. We don't know where they are. We don't know what their intentions are. If you remember, there was one gentleman who was crossing, and he basically said, "You will know who I am."
By the way, if you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am. Very easy.
Wow, very easy. The entitlement.
No, believe me, I'm much better than that.
The entitlement, guys. Wow.
You will see soon.
But he's here. They don't even know where he is right now. You had other illegal immigrants attacking police officers in New York City. So I think that we, the people, should do what we have to do. I have a horrible feeling that this immigration issue is going to come to a ugly conclusion when people get tired of it. Finally, the last straw has been dropped and they just get tired of it and react. And it's not going to be pretty. And that's what I'm afraid of. And I think maybe that's why this is happening. Because then they can declare martial law for all intentional purposes. You never know. You don't know what's going on with these people and what's going on in their minds. But once again, applause to Mr. Foley and his group down there. They are deterring these people. They see them. The coyotes back off. We'll see what happens going forward as to their efforts, because they're definitely doing more than the Biden administration is doing to curb this issue. And it is a national security problem. But let me know what you're thinking. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I will see you on the next one. Peace.